So I finally managed to see Oppenheimer. This is perhaps one of the most hyped movies of the year, if not the most. Let's get straight into my thoughts on this latest Christopher Nolan outing. One aspect that I admired about the story is how it wastes no time in throwing the audience into the deep end of the creation of the atomic bomb. Granted, we do learn about some of Oppenheimer's early life as a student, but once he arrives at Berkeley, the story goes full thrust in the race to make the bomb. The story also does a great job of building the tension of whether Oppenheimer and his team will build the bomb before the Nazis do. The script does a top job of placing you right in the middle of the action so that you're going on this journey with these characters. This movie is perhaps the most perplexing when it comes to its editing choices. Though the story does move at a swift pace, there are many moments during the first act where the movie opts for quick cuts during many scenes, something that we're not used to seeing in a Nolan movie. It means that we're given just enough information about either Oppenheimer or the story before moving on to the next scene. It does become jarring at times as scenes aren't really allowed to develop in an organic way, rather abruptly cutting to the next story beat on quite a frequent basis. Having said that, Christopher Nolan along with DP Hoyt van Hoytema craft a gorgeous looking movie, one that captures the essence and feeling of World War II America. The movie's centerpiece sequence of the Trinity test does not disappoint. Nolan does a wonderful job of establishing Los Alamos as a location, along with establishing the various character conflicts that take place here, such as Oppenheimer's inability to obtain a security pass. When we do reach the climactic Trinity test, the tension becomes palpable as Nolan and editor Jennifer Lame cut back and forth between the site of the bomb and Oppenheimer and his team. I loved how there is a delay in the sound of the bomb as we're allowed to take in the vast array of flames in the New Mexico desert before the sharp sound of the bomb takes over not too long after the explosion. Cillian Murphy is the star of the show as the title character. He portrays Oppenheimer as a stern, stoic figure who is a man of conviction. However, Murphy is also great at showing Oppenheimer's vulnerability, particularly in the wake of the Trinity test and eventual bombings of Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Robert Downey Jr. is fantastic as Lewis Strauss. In a departure from his turn as Iron Man, the role sees Downey flex his dramatic acting chops as he shows off his acting prowess here. The rest of the cast all deliver solid performances, including Matt Damon, Florence Pugh and Emily Blunt. Ludwig Göransson returns to composing duties for Nolan, having previously scored Tenet. Though I did admire elements of the score, particularly the main theme, the soundtrack unfortunately descends into a series of loud, bombastic noises. It sounds like Göransson is attempting his best impression of a Hans Zimmer score, but it ultimately comes across as a cheap alternative, as the music becomes lost among the other filmmaking elements on display. While I mostly like this movie, what prevents this Nolan outing from ranking among his best works ranges from the movie's odd, rapid editing style, the lack of conflict following the Trinity test, where the movie loses a lot of momentum for me, and a soundtrack that ultimately is a bombastic, noisy affair despite a compelling main theme. Overall, I'm going to give Oppenheimer a 7 out of 10. So I now hand it over to you, as I want to find out your thoughts on Oppenheimer. Did this movie meet your expectations, or did it fall short for you? As I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.